foods, forbade the meat and milk of Al-Jalala. He also said that the Messenger of Allah forbade Al-Jalala camels, including riding them or drinking their milk. When do Jalala animals become permissible? If such an animal is restrained and kept for 3 days, eating only pure foods, then it is permissible to slaughter it and eat it. It is narrated that Ibn Umar used to restrain and keep Jalala chickens for 3 days. The permissible of eating anything that is forbidden due to necessity. Allah has said, if one is forced by necessity without willful disobedience nor transgressing due limits, then there is no sin on him. Truly, Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. Allah has also said, but as for him who is forced by severe hunger with no inclination to sin, such can eat these above mentioned meats, then surely Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. Ibn Kathir wrote in his commentary to the Quran, this verse means that if one is in need of partaking of any of those forbidden foods mentioned by Allah due to an immediate necessity, then he is allowed to eat them, and Allah is forgiving and merciful for him. Allah is knowledgeable of the need of his servant who is in a state of necessity and is in dire need to those foods, and thus he overlooks that from them and forgives them. In the Musnad of Ahmad and in Sahih ibn Hibban, it is recorded on the authority of Ibn Umar that the Messenger of Allah said, verily Allah loves that one resorts to his exemptions in the same way that he dislikes for one to resort to disobeying him. Thus the jurists say that eating carrion could under some circumstances be obligatory, such as if the person fears for his life and finds no other food. It could also be recommended and permissible depending on the circumstances. The jurists differ over the question of whether the person is to eat only as little as meets his hunger, or if he is allowed to fulfill his stomach, or if he is allowed to fill his stomach and keep extra food as provisions. There are different views on these questions as discussed in the law books. It is not a precondition for eating carrion that one must first go 3 days without finding any food, as many of the masses and others erroneously believe. Instead, whenever is forced by necessity, it becomes permissible for him. Islamic manner of slaughtering animals. The word, lexically speaking, has the meaning of purifying something, making something good. Thus one says that there is a dakia smell, meaning there is a pleasant, good smell. Islamic law has borrowed this term for the slaughtered animal because its being made permissible by the law implies it has been made good. Thus the purport of the discussion here is the manner in which animals are slaughtered, as animals that one is permitted to eat cannot be eaten unless they are slaughtered properly. With the exception of fish and locusts, whose slaughtering is unacceptable. Meat is made permissible by the slaughtering done by any Muslim or one from the people of the book, whether male or female. Allah has said, the food of the people of the book, Jews and Christians, is lawful to you. Their food refers to their slaughtered animals. Stated that a woman slaughtered a sheep with a stone. The Prophet was asked about that, and he said, tell her to eat it.